want your last-minute instructions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am, Baron Ormond-Tag, your humble host for this evening, the last Wednesday of the month. Believe it or not, we're going to be going into October. And my word, I already have people lining up in the green room. They're eating all the M&Ms. I think John Rendell was spray painting his name on the walls. So I better get them in here before they really ruin. So the first one I'll add to my team here is Mr. John Fez Rendell Super Reg.
Greetings. How's every little thing?
Everything's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
And of course, we can't keep this person in the wings too long because she's the one that's going to revive us if some stuff goes wrong. That's Wendy, our trauma warrior.
Yay.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing today?
You keep me back there too long, there could be some major damage.
Yeah, I know. We have to clean the walls up now that John sprayed painted on there, but I hope you left some M&Ms.
No, they're gone. Sorry.
Yeah, they're gone. Oh, okay. I got to go down and get some more. And for the first time, but not the first time we've been together, Das Wolfen. John, hey, welcome to my show. Great to see you.
Hello.
Did you know you're out of M&M's back there?
Yeah, I just was told that by Wendy. She said that they're all eating. I'm almost tempted to end the show right now. I don't know if I can.
Well, like I told Wendy in the chat, I just had cake. And what I did, I hooked up my shop vac to the USB port on my laptop and sucked it in from the kitty room at King Dolphin TV.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Did you grab me a margarita while you were over there?
I think I've still got the shop vac here somewhere. We'll try it later.
And of course, we got to bring the old man in here. And now that you're talking about margarita, my daughter turns 21 on the 2nd. And
Yeah.
she wants to
Oh.
have one of these big, huge margaritas that they have at one of the
Oh,
places
yeah.
here in town. So that I think Dad has to take her. Her big plans for having a big party for that kind of fell through, but you know what?
Yeah.
Dad will be good. We'll go down there and we'll have a margarita fest
Yeah.
at the
You can
Patrons.
see how well she holds her alcohol. If she holds it too well, you know she's already been drinking.
Oh, she already
Mhm.
has been. You know,
Yeah.
funny story. Funny story. When I was, when she was a little baby, right, and I was having a beer, and you know how kids are. They want, I want to try some. Want to try some. Well, she's reaching up, going for the beer. I figure, okay, I'm gonna be smart here about this. I'll let her have a sip, and you know what's going to happen. Well,
Mhm.
she takes a sip, and she goes, and then starts grabbing for the bottle again. So I knew right then and there I had a problem.
Whenever I was a baby, my mom used to work night shifts as a telephone operator. And on the night she was off, she could never get me to go to sleep. And she came home early one night and saw my dad giving me beer to put me to sleep.
Yep.
I liked it. The old Schlitz. My dad used to drink Schlitz.
Oh
Oh,
God.
I gotta say here what this one is. If she's going to have a big margarita on her birthday, that reminds me of somebody else's birthday that had a big margarita, and we had to practically carry her out of there.
Oh
But why
dear.
do you think she wants to do that? That's exactly the reason why. But you know what they say about the Schlitz? They give you the. Oh no, I won't go into
Yep.
Well, that was the same thing that my Uncle Ralph gave me when I was like 3 or 4 years old. He'd give me the last sip of beer,
Yeah.
and it was, wow, what is this? You know,
Yeah.
after
My
he
mom
died, I
said,
didn't touch beer again for a long time.
my mom said when I was 2, I drank a whole bottle of Dippity Doo cologne and got drunk.
Oh
shit.
God.
Oh, but at least her breath smelled good.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was nice and fresh. I have no idea what Dippity Doo smelled like, but I know at the time it was supposedly my mom's favorite perfume. So
Yeah.
Oh boy.
When I was a little kid, I was about 4 years old. My grandfather had a bar, and my mom would work in there, but she didn't know what to do with me, so she took me along. I'm sitting there watching them pull beers, right? Well, they were busy at the other end, so I grabbed the glass, went over, poured some beer. All the people at the bar standing there watching me do that never said a word. Because I was drinking. When my mom found out, and I was pretty well stewed about that time, boy,
Explains a lot.
in the bar.
There was one time when my cousin, he was about 4. My aunt and uncle used to have a refrigerator that had a keg in it with the sidearm for the beer. You pull. And they had left him with a babysitter and went out. When they came back, they thought he was really sick. They took him to the hospital. Turned out the ER doctor turned to him and said, "Your son's drunk."
Yep.
The babysitter wasn't watching him.
Oh, boy.
When I might have told the story, so a couple of you might have already heard the story. When I took the long suffering to meet my family in North Dakota, that was before we were married. But she couldn't sleep. I was out like a light, but she couldn't sleep, so she went out, and my aunt was awake. And they sat and they started talking, and they had the thing they called apple pie, which was a drink that tastes just like apple pie, but it's made with the real Everclear.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Well, I got the recipe and I made a batch up myself at home and I put it in one of the jugs. We also had apple juice, so there was a jug of apple juice in there. The same said daughter, who had to taste the beer, she goes in there, pours herself a glass, starts drinking, goes, I don't think this is apple juice. here she
Yeah.
here she is thinking this. You think? Yeah. I was like, whoa, okay. So how you like that Everclear, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Back in my younger days when I was a real drinker, and I mean a real drinker, I could actually take slugs off of 190 proof Everclear straight. And I could say a few words before the vocal cords froze up. Well, we had a smart-mouthed little punk that thought he could, everybody knew I could do this.
Mhm.
So they set him up. And we handed the bar, okay, go ahead and drink that. He says, I don't know what that is. You drink it first. Okay. Took a slug off him and says, this is really good. Do it. He took a real slug. He turned every color of the rainbow.
Wow. So that's where Skittles came from.
You got it.
You got it.
Yeah, I worked
You
at
know,
the university, and I used to make money getting getting college kids to get in drinking contests with me and do shots of 151.
Ah,
oh.
a little sick bay alcohol.
Yeah.
When I was in Norway, though, of all the places that the only time I've had real moonshine was in Norway
Yeah.
because they do moonshining over there like you can't believe, and they had something that they call it kush, but it's not properly kush. But what they
No.
basically say is, you take this, you put a coin in the glass, you fill like about halfway through with coffee, and then you start pouring in the moonshine until you can see the coin, and now you're ready to drink it. And it was good. It was. I wish I could have brought. I wish I brought back some of that. I mean, almost should have dumped out my Listerine and put that in there.
The
Meanwhile,
thing they always say about Norway is that half of Norway is alcoholics. The other half of Norway is the moonshiners supplying them.
mhm.
And
Meanwhile,
Sweden
I'm
is the
bootlegging.
designated driver.
Yeah, that's a hell of a driver, I'll tell you that.
Well, here's a side little trivia note for you. Absolutely the biggest bootleggers, or moonshiners, not bootleggers, moonshiners during Prohibition were Norwegians.
Really?
Yes. Now, the other part about it is Elliot Ness was Norwegian. His parents were born in Norway. He spoke Norwegian. The reason he got the job was he was to go in and shut down Norwegians from selling to Capone and the others.
That makes sense.
That's where you got the Minnesota 13 brand moonshine, the only name brand moonshine out there.
I know my son started dabbling with the distilling and making alcohol. I'm not sure what he's doing with it though.
Going blind.
Probably.
Well, I don't mean to be indelicate here, Wendy. And that's probably why your grandson has 6 fingers. It might have been he did too good of a job with the moonshine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, please.
Well, he's only got 6 fingers on his left hand. That was a cool looking X-ray, wasn't it?
Oh,
we have a woman here in where I grew up, and she was called Two Thumbs. Yes, she really had 2 thumbs, and that second thumb was articulate. It wasn't just
Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll put the X-ray on my avatar.
Oh, do I have it here? Maybe I got it on your avatar. And let me make Wendy's. Oh, there we go. With the wonderful avatar made by the mighty Fett for Hire.
Hail
Yeah,
Fett for hire.
That was cool, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
can find it on here.
I love that guy. He's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is it? I don't see it on my thing.
Oh,
You have it?
I got it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Just a second here. So let me get you
I haven't had
out
that
of.
much. I
haven't
haven't
had
had that much vodka yet.
Yes. Let me
where
take
it
a look
went.
here. So
Yeah.
mine. If you see me not paying attention, you guys, this is the reason why I'm looking for you here. Let's see. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't mind me. Most people don't.
My daughter-in-law's grandfather actually had 6 fingers on both hands, so that's where
Okay.
he probably got it from.
Wow.
Yeah,
I still say he's going to be one hell of a guitar player.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You know it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I found it. There we go. Let's see if this works here. And we're gonna share a screen.
Your call is important to Pudgy.
Yeah, we need Pudgy. There we go. Did it come through?
Yeah, I can see it.
There it is.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Got 6 fingers. 5 fingers and a thumb.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they're all going to work.
Yep. They all work.
You don't have Wesley from the Princess Bride's buddy there pointing you down, do you?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, God.
maybe that was Maddie's grandfather was the 6-fingered man.
There we go. That's the X-ray of the 6 fingers.
We call him our X-Man.
There we go.
It's pretty cool watching all those fingers wrap around I put my finger in his hand. He's 3 months old now.
Wow. And they got grips at that age.
Around. Yeah.
Now we to see if he's going to be right-handed or left-handed. It's going to be interesting if he's going to be left-handed.
I'm interested in finding that out too because my son and I are both left-handed.
And I am.
Yeah, that should be interesting to see.
Well, Wendy, we're the only ones in our right mind.
That's right.
I'm not.
Well, John's left-handed. Yep. Aren't you left-handed, John Fez?
Yep.
Fez is left-handed too. Yeah.
Are you on that?
Oh boy, we got him outnumbered at last.
That's right. About time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Southpaw Review.
Children. That show is freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
You know that there's a castle in Scotland where the spiral going up to the top is the opposite direction from all the others.
Oh.
Why? Because the defenders were left-handed.
Yep.
The whole plan was practically left-handed.
Pretty cool.
Did not know that.
I just saw a video today on how they refurbished Windsor Castle after it burned. And that was pretty impressive. They did a lot of restoration of what was there and then went and did pretty close but more modern designs.
Yeah.
And that was just awesome, the way they were able to do that. But I love the old castles. They were just awesome.
Yeah, drafty, though.
Yeah. But then you got, fireplaces all over the place, and you can always stuff a peasant under the door.
Yeah. It's really kind of funny. Some of those castles are not so drafty. It all depends on when they were built and who built them.
Yeah. There's that. But, and John, you work for a university?
Me?
Yeah.
I used to. I'm on disability because I screwed up my back really bad. But I used to work for University of Central Missouri.
Okay.
And I worked for University of Missouri for a long time too.
Yeah, I was 14 years at a university, but I don't say the name out loud, especially on the internet, because it was just bad. But it was the big one in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
But,
hey, I was 14 years in college too.
Yeah.
No, I finally was able to move out of the freshman class into the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was a locksmith.
Ladies and gentlemen, the long-suffering Mrs. Tag is here.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How you
so
doing?
I have to tell you, Baron is not a big fan of his birthday, so let's go ahead and sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday,
birthday. Happy birthday
to you.
Sorry,
one more time.
Oh,
you do it 3 or 4 times, you might get it all together.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep looking at the bottom scroll, waiting for the bouncing ball to catch up.
What? I'm in deep trouble now. I broke a law.
Oh.
Amnesty International has got me ruled as my singing is cruel and inhumane punishment.
Welcome to my world.
Same here.
And shout out to Mama Baron, who made him his favorite cake for his birthday.
I was never allowed to sing in surgery.
Oh. Hey, Baron, how did you like the chocolate cake?
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Did it come through a USB port?
Yes.
Yeah, I called his mother.
Uh-huh.
It came from the other kitty table.
Ah,
Oh, yes. That burp. Google Gaga.
mm-hmm.
No, I can't do the show like this.
Why not?
And
Okay,
poor John is sitting there cringing, listening to all this stuff, afraid to
Who's
get
long
in.
suffering today?
He's probably trying to figure out what the heck he's gotten himself into.
Oh no, he knows what it's like. He's from
Okay.
comic minefield. So
Oh,
dealing
okay.
with Gary.
Gary and Keith.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually a real life friend of them. So
Cool.
And that's where we met. And when he had his beard, he was like my twin. So
yeah, well, I shaved it off so I can grow the whole thing out. So
My beard just won't grow.
I can give you hints.
Boy, am I glad I don't.
I'm not going down that slippery slope. Nope.
I'm afraid about that Y chromosome thing, you know.
Oh, I don't have the Y.
Well, I sure hope you don't.
How about them New York Yankees, huh?
Yeah, how about those Yankees? Yeah, well, yeah.
Or how about them Cowboys? They beat the Giants
Yeah.
the other night.
They
Completely
did.
shocked.
The Giants still have a team?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I want to say hi to the
They just
lovely
don't have
Leah Rose.
They just
Hello.
don't have a front line.
I love you.
Hello.
Awesome.
I need to find out how my All Blacks are doing. It's
Yeah,
getting hard for me to.
I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping up with them lately.
It's kind of hard.
No, I'm
Ever since
Oh, they're the hockey
sports,
team.
I think suck.
no, they're rugby.
Football, all of that stuff. The only two sports out there
Mhm.
that I have any credence in is one, hockey, and two, rugby.
Mhm.
I like to watch rugby. I like rugby.
I like Australian rules football.
Yeah, it's similar.
'Cause
Or
just
they
they're-
call it their footy.
yeah, those guys are tough.
Yeah,
What was
well,
that, John?
I
There's
just
a lot of
follow American
rugby.
football.
Ah,
I'm a long-suffering Dallas Cowboys fan. I've been watching them for over 50 years. So.
ah.
I'm a Chiefs
Watching-
fan.
I like the Chiefs. I root for the Chiefs.
Kansas City,
I like
right?
Mahomes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
like Mahomes.
Brain is working.
So
okay, I'm going to get into trouble here real quick. American League, Twins, National League, Cubs. I'm ready for the barbecue.
I'm an Astros fan. I'm in Texas.
Gotta like them.
They've won over 100 games this season. I'm actually going to a game Friday night. Jimmy and I are going to take Friday off, and we're driving up to Houston to go watch a game. My uncle has season tickets, and he can't attend Friday night's game, so he asked us if we wanted them. And this is behind home plate, 16th row.
Ooh, who's squaring off?
Huh? It's the Astros are at home against the Rays, Tampa Bay.
Oh,
Okay.
You mean Tampa Bay is actually going to show up? I thought they just got blown away.
That's
Well,
where you think they
they're
got
playing
blown
in
to.
Houston. Yeah.
They got blown into Houston. That's why they're
Ah.
playing.
I think the Royals won like 68 games or something this year.
Yeah.
Royals.
Kansas City.
Yes, I remember something about them back in the 80s. Who
Yeah.
had the pine tar thing?
That was George Brett. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the I-70 series, Cardinals versus Royals. I got to go to that
Yeah.
at Royal Stadium game. Was it game 3 or game 2? I can't remember which one. It was one of the two.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, I got to go to an Astros game whenever Roger Clemens was pitching.
Mm.
No.
And I forget who he was playing with at the time. Not Roger Clemens. Jesus. Not to think. The Astros guy, Nolan Ryan. There you go.
Oh,
A
right.
little too much vodka. A little too much vodka already, I guess.
Not enough vodka.
My favorite game was the Minnesota Twins against the Atlanta Braves for the World Series.
Yeah.
And we had the wonderful, tremendous first baseman, T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
That's
T-Rex.
that's a interesting name.
Yeah, definitely.
That was going to be his professional wrestling name.
Yeah.
I wonder what his porn star name would have been.
Oh,
I don't
not
know
go there.
about that one.
Mine is Thumper Thusly.
That's pretty good.
That's a funny one.
Yeah, I've just never given that any thought.
I can't say I have either.
I've led a bizarre
Johnny Deadwood.
life.
I'm Johnny Deadwood.
Uh-huh. But yeah, here where I am, we have the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Rail Riders, and they're minor league Yankees team, I believe.
Okay.
And back in the 90s, when they first built the stadium, it was Philadelphia team, Wilkes-Barre Scranton Red Barons. And for about 50 years before that, there was no minor league team. But back, I think it was in the 30s, 40s, early 50s, there was the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Maroons. My understanding is that the Maroons that Bugs Bunny refers to when he says, "What a maroon," refers to that team.
Wow.
Ah,
You know, a little bit of baseball trivia there.
Really?
there we
didn't know
go.
that. Interesting.
Oh, there's
What
a
a maroon.
lot of stuff out there.
Yeah. Well, I also found out from my cousins the other day, their great-grandfather was one of the actual founders of Planters Peanuts in Wilkes-Barre. And basically, the other guys who got all the big money and all the credit and eventually screwed him out of everything, they never acknowledged him. But his name was Sylvanus Moss. And if he had gotten his fair due, I might even be fairly rich now because, I could have walked into a job. But, but that was a shock finding out Planters Peanuts was founded in Wilkes-Barre.
You remember the big guy that they all talked about with the New York Yankees? The guy that owned them?
Steinbrenner.
Yes, you got it exactly.
Yep.
My wife is actually related to him.
No kidding.
Oh, really?
That means that the Baron is too.
Oh,
No
cool.
kidding. Awesome.
I guess so.
I'm related to John Wayne through my grandmother.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fantastic.
It's like distant cousin, but she's a Morrison.
Oh.
Very good. Yeah, we had a distant cousin who was one of his horse wranglers out in Hollywood there. But I don't remember the name. I should know.
remember a interview that they did with John Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, "How in the world did you ever get the name Duke?" He said, "When you're first marrying, what the hell do you think you're going to get?"
Good. I miss John Wayne. Those were such fun movies. Even the bad ones.
Yeah.
Does any of you happen to know what Roy Rogers' real first name is? Well, his real name.
No.
No.
Happy Trails?
There's a porn name.
I think it really is one. That's
Good one, man. Good one. Good one.
Roy Rogers sang with the Sons of the Pioneers.
Mm-hmm.
And they spun him off into being an actor.
Mm-hmm.
The first roles he had was with John Wayne, and he was playing a bad guy, and they renamed him into Roy Rogers. His real name is Leonard Sly.
That's a bad guy name.
Yeah.
Right, that's why they got him as
It
the
is.
bad guy in John Wayne's movie.
You know,
Yeah.
that's one of those guys that twist the mustache, you know, like Snidely
Right.
Whiplash.
Yeah, there you go.
But what a good name. I mean, Leonard Sly.
Yes.
You got to remember,
Knocked him off at the pass.
Minnesota is the home of What's the Matter You.
Yeah. And Frostbite Falls.
You got it.
Yep. Land of Moose and Squirrel.
Natasha.
I know a guy who has a big diploma that somebody made up for him.
Yeah.
It looks like a real college diploma on there all the way through and everything else. But up at the top, in the fancy Cyrillic script that they use or whatever, it's What's the Matter You?
Neat.
And the number of people that don't get it at all,
Mm-hmm.
they go, where is that? Well, that's in Frostbite Falls, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Frostbite Falls, Minnesota? Where's that? Way up by the border. Is it cold there? Why the hell do you think they call it Frostbite?
Yeah. Well, that's like the thing I like to do at McDonald's is order the pigeon McNuggets.
Ah!
Half the people
You're
don't
brave.
notice. The other ones sit there going, what?
You're brave to eat those, man. I don't even feed my dogs those.
Yeah. Well, they're made from real pigeons that were poisoned in the park.
Yeah, really. And turned into mush.
Yeah.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Pink goo.
Yeah.
And when you're in England and getting fish and chips, make sure what you're getting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because chips over there is French fries.
Yeah.
Basically.
Mhm. Yep.
Just like cookies or biscuits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The other thing to find out about when you're in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on what country you're in.
Yeah.
They go and they say, we have genuine beef.
Mm-hmm.
No problem here, folks. The word beef means a meat-bearing animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does not necessarily mean a moo cow.
Mm-hmm.
Consequently, the beef that you can be eating used to place second or third in the horse races.
Well, as
Canada,
long as it
too.
wasn't- As long as it wasn't fetal bomb. But,
Now, I can tell you, I have eaten horse. I've eaten dog.
yeah.
I will advise you of one thing important.
Hmm.
If you go into an Asian restaurant and they're serving something up with meat in it,
Mm-hmm.
and the meat is still pink, that's dog. Don't eat it.
Absolutely not.
Dog does not brown up.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a very special guest here.
Ooh,
So,
come in. Come in.
we need to behave because this guest is very innocent but very in tune to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Pudgy Hedgehog.
Yay, Pudgy!
Hi,
Hello, Mr. Barron.
Hey, Pudgy! Great to see you.
Good
Oh
to see you.
boy, Pudgy gets to be on the Mr. Barron show. Yay!
Happy to have you here.
Yeah.
I ask you,
Yes.
did
Good to see
any
you,
of
Pudgy.
your relatives ever star in a movie? Because I saw a movie just the other day that had a hedgehog in it.
Oh boy,
Wasn't Sonic, was it?
what movie was that, Mr.
I
Oldman?
can't think of the name right now. I'm senile, you know.
Oh, the Super Duper Hedgehog movie.
Well, you have to be careful though, because Pudgy here is the law.
Mm-hmm.
He is the law.
Yeah.
Well, I have to do with a badge.
Yeah. And he can unscramble an egg.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's an impressive trait.
Oh yeah.
Pudgy's,
He's an impressive hedgehog.
yes. How can we? A hedgehog of many talents.
Oh, good grief.
Oh
Guess who's up?
yes. Pudge
You're still
Dread.
working in the sidelines out there.
There we go. But there we go.
Yeah.
And the best part about Pudgy's lawgiver is whenever Pudgy says, sprinkles! Pudgy fires sprinkles out of lawgiver. And the high explosive is whippy cream.
Yeah.
Pudgy has to be careful, though, because there's only a limited amount of whippy cream, and Pudgy gets hungry sometimes. So sometimes Pudgy eats all ammunition.
Oh dear. My cat likes whippy cream too,
Oh, boy.
but she likes the kind in the spray bottle.
Oh. Well, I have to confess the real problem that I have. I have a hard time understanding Pudgy as much as I'd like to, but my hearing is kind of bopsy. You know, it's from too many times. You know, they always say you're supposed to put earplugs in, you know, before you fire a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they never give me a chance to put earplugs in a firefight.
Yeah. Yeah. They kind of inconsiderate. They are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I want
They
to.
don't give you a chance.
Well, Pudgy can, whenever Cobalt set up Pudgy's microphone, he puts something called a limit in so that Pudgy doesn't blast out people's eardrums. So Pudgy can turn volume up if you need Pudgy to.
Okay.
He said he can turn the volume up if you need him to, old man.
Pardon?
How about now? Does Pudgy sound better?
Does he sound better to you now?
No, I'm sorry, you really don't, Pudgy. And I mean, I really do love you. Honestly, I do. I'm not trying to be mean or nasty, but my hearing.
Pudgy understands.
And I want to welcome Lord Phil McCracken.
Yay,
for joining us in the chat.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Phil.
And again, I will paste the link into the for the chat there. If anybody wants to join in this madness, and the hedgehog who is keeping us in line because he is the law.
That's right. Railgun.
And I'm so glad Pudgy is with us, too.
Yeah. He's a lot of fun.
We're in trouble.
It gives my show legitimacy now. The Pudgy's here.
Now, has Pudgy met Mouse?
I think he's seen Mouse.
Yeah, he's seen Mouse.
Yeah, Pudgy's seen Mouse.
Hello,
Hello,
Mouse.
Mouse.
Yeah.
There he is. Awesome.
Hey.
Yeah, you're not impressed, are you? Okay.
Why are you bothering me?
But Baron did a lot of exercise the other day.
Oh. Unfortunately,
Zach.
yes, I did. Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Hi, Zach.
Come on in if you care.
Man.
Hello, Mr. Zaps.
I need to learn how to pin things to the top. Yeah, my one dog broke her leash and I had to chase her.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
But the suffering Mrs. Tag, she got a new one.
What?
This one's a logging chain, by the way.
Yeah. So now we can be somewhat secure that Honey won't be going out and visiting the neighborhood.
Well, I know where you can get 30 feet of anchor chain from a Navy ship.
There we
I'll
go.
go take one look at that and go, what are you talking about?
Yep. All you have to do is go to the Allegheny River, and there's a submarine docked along the river, and you can borrow the chain, and then the submarine will float down the river.
I'd pay to see that.
Me too. A floating sub down the river.
Yeah.
When way back, and I had a deal where I'd pick up security stuff at night and during the day.
Yeah.
Well, I had this one stop. I always picked them up at night, and First time I'm there, picking up, I hear this woof. The ground shook. The wood fence separating us. This huge monstrous thing pushed the fence.
Yeah.
A moment later, another huge monstrous thing pushed the fence. And in between comes up a basketball.
Oh, dear.
And I'm looking at a St. Bernard. And I go, I don't know what the heck to call this thing. So I called him Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that remembers the old Topper series, they had a St. Bernard ghost in there called Topper.
Yes.
Called Neil. And I called the
Yes.
dog. Well, I gave him half my sandwich.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Well, for weeks after that, every night he'd come up there waiting for me to give him half a sandwich. Well,
As
one
they
day
will.
I pick up something at that guy's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I go around to the side and I get a full look at this thing. There's a doghouse on a giant skid with weight piled all over it and a chain going up to the dog's neck.
Wow.
And I go, whoa. So I go up to the side door and they got a big sign, watch out for the dog. Knock on the door. Woman answers. She looks at me. She says, how in the hell did you get here? I said, just up. Why? The dog didn't do anything? Yeah, well, he came over and he licked me and wagged his tail.
Mhm.
Huh? Yeah, I like Neil. She'll do me. How the hell do you know his name? Well, it was from an old TV series. My husband watched that, and that's why the dog's named Neil.
Mhm. Wow.
And I was driving the Dodge 600 truck.
Mhm.
They did not have the big cab. He got away with it because he broke his chain.
Mhm.
Everybody's, they're in panic. Where'd Neil go? Well, I'm driving down one of the side streets to get back to the highway. I take a look, and there's Neil. I stop the truck. I get out, and I go, Neil, what in the world are you doing? Get over here right now. The dog slumped down, crawled practically over to me. I said, get in that truck.
Mm-hmm.
He gets in. I get in there. I suddenly realize I now have a St. Bernard occupying 2/3 of the truck. I got tail in my face, and I can hardly reach the shift lever.
Mm-hmm.
I drive him back over. Everybody's ecstatic. Oh, we found Neil. Oh, it's so wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
We go, how'd you get him in that truck? I said, I don't even want to tell you, but I can tell you, he had his ass in my face most of the time.
With a dangerous position.
Yeah, if he'd have pulled a Ramsey, that would have blown the windows out.
Right?
Boy,
Oh my! Oh no, not a Ramsey.
I've learned to
The
sit
deadly-
upwind of Ramsey.
Yep.
The deadliest dog in the world, Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 25 pounds. It's amazing.
And he's a whippet.
No, he's not a whippet. He's a terrier. Cheyenne's a
Oh.
whippet.
Oh,
I found out that Neil was the second heaviest St. Bernard ever to live.
Wow.
He was over 200 pounds. I mean, you can imagine now. Picture St. Bernard. Now, picture 200 pounds with all the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! What the hell am I doing?
Yep. I mean, if I had a dog that big, I'd put a hat on his head and send him to school.
Yeah.
It happened a day and a half.
Yeah. Unreal.
Why, the biggest problem with a puppy dog that big, if Mr. Altman was driving and he had to put the truck into low gear, he has to be really, really careful that he's holding onto the stick shift and not the tail.
Yep.
Translate.
Oh,
You want to tell him what he said?
Pudgy says the biggest problem with having a dog that big in the truck is when you go to shift into low gear, you better make sure you have your hand on his tail instead, or the shifter instead of his tail.
Oh, you got that one right, Pudgy. You got to make sure that it's on the tail and not something else in that general area.
Of course, the other option is you grab the other tail, that dog will never leave you alone and just will stay with you forever.
Oh no! Who invited him? Who invited him?
The last thing I
reflective
I can
one.
say that with a big happy smile on his face.
Mhm.
Sending me.
It is I, Mirror Pudgy Hedgehog's evil twin from the mirror dimension.
Who invited him? Who invited Mirror Pudgy?
And right now, Des Wolfen is really confused. Ha ha!
You're in.
No, I've seen Star Trek. I understand how mirror dimensions work.
Mhm.
Ah, okay. Well, nice to meet you. I gotta get back to work. We're currently working on the next season's script of Star Trek Discovery, The Undiscovering.
Hopefully, it'll be completely undiscovered off of the air.
Yep.
Oh, we're already on season 16 in the Mirror Universe. It's the #1 show on Paramount Plus XY4. We bought Amazon Prime, merged it in, shut it down, and now we have the Necklace of Power.
Necklace of Power.
Me, I always wanted to get on Star Trek and get sentenced to the planet of green women.
Mm. Yep.
At least it wasn't the pinky. At least it wasn't the pinky ring of power.
Ooh.
Or even better, the Mood Ring of Power. What color is it now? Red? We're on season 12.
Gotta love it.
And in Sauron's castle is a lava lamp. And everyone takes turns on unscrewing it and drinking from it.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste too good, but everyone's got spiffy multicolored tongues.
Well, I like Babylon Bee's Rings of Power.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good one.
Babylon B. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And they do the.
You go away,
Babylon-
Mirror Pudgy.
Oh, we got the real one back! Yay!
Yay.
We're safe now.
It don't look safe.
Mhm.
Oh,
It looks like the other evil Pudgy.
No, we got the good Pudgy back now. He is the law, though.
Yep.
Oh.
Pudge Dread.
Pudge Dread. Yeah.
Cool, ain't it?
It is the meanest judge in Hedgehog 1 city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Lawgiver, railgun. Uh-oh. Someone ate half the chocolate-covered pretzel.
Oh, no.
Chocolate covered pretzel.
You know what this means? It's a sawed-off chocolate-covered pretzel.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Are
What's
those
he gonna
legal?
do? No, not sawed off chocolate pretzel. Try to say that 5 times fast.
Hey.
That 5 times fast.
Loaded with besides chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Love
that?
chocolate.
Chocolate is good. Chocolate works.
Mm-hmm.
I like chocolate
Works.
a little too much.
Yeah, me too.
That's how I got the diabetes. What's that, Pudgy?
Do you remember when they used to sell that chocolate for Desert Storm? It wasn't supposed to melt.
Oh
Yeah.
I remember something about it. What?
Yeah, Hershey's made a candy bar that supposedly wouldn't melt in the desert heat.
What'd they make it out of? Concrete?
Yeah.
No, it had a very high dark chocolate content. It didn't have a lot of milk in it, and the milky part was what melted. Pudgy tried it once.
Yeah, wasn't that it melts in your mouth, not your hand?
Uh-huh. And Pudgy nearly broke a tooth.
Ooh,
We don't need hedgehogs doing that.
no,
I didn't.
no.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I remember tasting it. What's up?
Oh, you had it?
Right, as Zach's.
No, and I've made the mistake of trying baker's chocolate also.
Ooh.
You do not want to eat that.
No.
No.
It is,
Mm-mm.
Ow.
it's worse
I
than a
learned that when I
Starbucks
was a little
margarita.
kid.
Hmm?
Yeah, I was a little kid. I opened up the refrigerator and I saw chocolate there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So I took it out, opened it up, and took a big chunk out of it. I learned young, you don't want to do that.
No.
I didn't learn until about 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
First time I ever saw the stuff. It's like, wow, Mom bought chocolate bars. And just as I'm going to eat it, she says, but, and it was too late.
Yep.
And of course, I made one of those faces that just, turns inside out, backwards, upside down, and, goes into another dimension. But
I can imagine.
that's
You're a
another
late
one of
bloomer,
those-
John.
Well, that's another one of those things you do once.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, things you only do once, like drinking out of the soda you just put a cigarette out in.
Jumping out of an airplane without a parachute.
Yeah, you only get one bounce.
Yeah. No,
I-
no. You bounce several times. You got to cover.
Depending what you hit. But
Well, you
and
pretty
of course
much you bounce at least once or twice before you settle land.
I watched a guy come out on a qualifying jump that was at 1,000 feet,
yeah.
and his chute never opened. And he, for some unbeknown reason, he never pulled his reserve. Thud, bounce, bounce, bounce.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Another thing that you don't do more than once is a drink out of a pop can that someone was using for a spittoon.
Yes.
Oh, you got that one
Yes.
right.
I've never done it.
Well, on the fire truck in Nicholson, actually, all the fire trucks in Nicholson, you have to use a beer bottle because somebody did that once. They tried to drink out of Teddy's spit can, and boy, wow, that was
Makes you sick.
that was not pretty.
When I was in service, and I was stateside, I was at JFK Warfare School. They had a refrigerator in the rec room for us, cadre.
Yeah.
Well, one of the guys there always bought his chocolate, and he brought in his bottles of beer.
Yeah.
Well, he kept coming back, and this stuff was getting taken. So his answer to this was his mother actually had a mold for Hershey chocolate. He bought a bunch of X-Lax.
I can see where this is going.
He melted it all in there. He carefully wrapped it back up and put it into a wrapper right on top.
Yeah.
He emptied a beer bottle after drinking it, and he refilled it.
Yeah.
And put the cap back on. Everybody knew who the guy was that was stealing the damn pop and beer and candy.
Yeah.
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, run to the bathroom. I never
got that one
the
right.
beer on the wall.
Love it.
Hey, I just found out that that rapper Coolio died today.
Yeah, I saw
No,
that.
they
earlier.
didn't.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I work too damn much.
It was
I
the
just
only
found out
rapper
now.
I even thought of liking. He had that song "Gangster's Paradise" with LV, and I thought that was a really good song.
That was a good song.
And LV had such a smooth voice in the chorus of that.
What did he die from?
Beautiful.
They found him unresponsive on the bathroom floor. First responders pronounced him dead on arrival. police have opened investigations into his death.
And removed 7 needles from his arm.
I don't know about Julio and that. That's
Yeah.
But way back, and I can't remember the name of the guys that did it.
Mm-hmm.
They did a song, It Wasn't Me. Black guy who was from the Caribbean or something, and another black guy that was doing the lines with it.
Bob Marley.
Bob
Bob
Marley?
Marley.
Bob Marley, no.
Oh, okay.
But anyhow,
Shaggy and was it?
And Scooby.
No, not Scooby. I'm trying to figure out who the
Oh, Shaggy
Rick
was the
Rock.
guy.
Shaggy and Rick Rock.
yeah.
Ah,
Now they had a great career for him. But you know what happened? They found there were too many old white guys that liked it, and they killed their career.
yeah.
Leave it to Das Wolfen to know who that is. We need to have Das Wolfen around enough. He's our encyclopedia.
That's
When you can
Das Wolfen just happens to have very good Google skills and 2 monitors.
when you can understand a rap song, that's when it doesn't do good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's the heck of it. I really like Shaggy.
Was he the guy that sang Mr. Lover Lover?
I don't know.
Mr. Lover Lover? Was that his
was
song?
it Mr. Boombastic, something tastic, get the elastic? oh.
Hey, for Ika.
Yes,
Okay.
Pudgy's coming out with a rap album.
The Pudgy Rap. There we go, Pudgy Rap.
Word.
Believe me, Pudgy, you'll probably do every bit as good as all those guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what would your rap name be?
Pudgy.
Pudgy? Well, it could be Pudgy Smalls.
Or Prickly.
Mm-hmm. Or MC Pudgy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Little P.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Boy, all those names are good. Although Prickly P sounds more like death metal.
Marley Death Metal.
That's
Did I
right.
hear that right?
Hedgehog death
Really
metal.
Hedgehog.
Oh,
Death
Hedgehog
Metal.
Death. Hedgehog Death Metal.
I'd buy that
Well,
album.
we've got a death metal
too.
dolphin on King Dolphin, so why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. I mean, we had Chipmunk Punk. Why can't we have Hedgehog Death Metal?
Yeah.
Yay!
Boom, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum.
Way back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure the Fez knows this one.
Yeah.
When they came out with rap, there was no profanity, no killing cops.
Yeah.
All had to be in rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when they had a rap war, oh, that was great. You get 2 people up there competing back and forth.
Yeah.
And they go through, one would go through and start it off. They do their routine and they go to the end, they go back to you.
Yeah.
Right, and continue. And they could change it into anything they wanted to, and then come back and say, back at you. Believe me, the paramedics were outside taking away people left and right for purity of laughter.
Did you ever see the rap battle between the Muppets?
No.
There was
No.
a rap battle between the Muppets. I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube, but there was a rap battle with the Muppets.
Oh,
It was really cute.
Oh,
One
I
of
don't
them
know
was
if I've-
Beaker. Beaker was one of them.
Yeah. Well, his would be kind of easy. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Meat.
I was
Baker,
Kermit.
when all that happened.
Baker is the most profane Muppet. He's
Yeah.
so vulgar, they had to beep him.
Beaker's the most obscene Muppet because they had to bleep him.
Oh yeah.
I don't
That
know
was
if
a
I'd
great show.
I don't know if I'd have survived that rap battle.
Oh, I wouldn't have.
Oh, and you know what's really bad?
Hmm.
If you're a historian,
Yeah.
you know who started rap?
Well, the first acknowledged rap song on radio was from Blondie. I can't remember the name of it.
Something,
Rapture.
something. Hide
Rapture.
of glass.
No, that was
On this one.
that was after Heart of Glass.
The first
That
original
was a great
rap
song.
That was.
was done by the Vikings.
Really?
Yeah. They were great for saying everything in rhyme.
Hmm.
And they go back and forth in rhyme.
No kidding.
Yep. And
And they
Awesome.
spoke in time.
Hmm?
And they spoke in time.
They spoke in time.
Yeah. And you know, it lasted under the surface for I don't know how many years until it came back up into the public.
Yeah.
That's the way it is with a lot of different things. Great music lays in the weeds until everybody suddenly goes, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yep. And everyone wants a lime.
Does that mean
some people-
ragtime is coming back?
Oh, that'd be great.
Please,
Wouldn't it?
please.
You know,
Scott Joplin forever.
Some people consider Chantilly Lace by the Big Bopper as a rap song.
Yeah.
It has cadence, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
I wonder how far it would have gone if he hadn't taken that flight out of Iowa.
Yeah.
All three of them. All three of them.
Yeah, Richie Valens and
Buddy Holly.
the guy with the glasses.
The guy with glasses.
I mean, look at the music they turned out. Buddy Holly was fantastic. He was right over the top. Everybody loved him. Big Bopper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They loved that XDJ. And then
that's
Richie Valens. Now we got the Mexican in there.
Yeah. And of the three of them, he's the one I can understand the most being popular because, you know, he's a young, good-looking guy, very talented,
Yeah.
you know, and very natural. Buddy
Very
Holly
natural
always
talent.
looked like, Buddy Holly looked and sounded like that guy down in the science lab.
Yeah.
And the Big Bopper was an older guy, you know, I guess in his 40s or late 30s.
I think he was in
But,
his 30s.
you know, he seemed much more of, you know, dad's music, so to speak.
You know,
Yeah,
his
he was
son-
the oldest.
Off
But
more
the
than
big-
anything else.
Big Bopper's son I had seen a documentary on that plane crash, and the Big Bopper's son had his dad's body exhumed because he thought that his dad may have survived the crash.
Yeah.
No
And
kidding.
he wanted to know he didn't. No. Medical examiner
No,
came
they're
back and said no, there
all
was no
over.
way. But yeah, he was under the impression that if his dad had been found earlier, that he would have still been alive, but no.
No, that was a horrible pictures of the accident site.
Yeah.
Unbelief. Now, my brother and I were going to go to North Dakota. We had tickets to see him.
Yeah.
And we drove all the way up there. My brother drove because I was too young to drive.
Yeah.
And we drove up there, and we stayed with a cousin up there at their house.
Yeah.
More than happy to have us.
Really?
And I suddenly get told they were gone.
Yeah.
And I go, it hit my brother and I so bad.
Yeah.
We didn't stick around to get Richer Valley.
Yeah.
Then we go home. Now, I wish that I knew where they were.
Yeah.
My brother still had, all the way up until he died, the 2 tickets to that show.
Wow.
No kidding. Wow.
Sadly, I think they're lost now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know my niece threw them away. The
Oh.
pit.
Oh well. You'll have these things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Barron,
Yo!
Pudgy needs to go. Thank you very much for letting Pudgy come on show.
Well, Pudgy, thank you for coming on here. It was a very honorable treat to have you here, and please don't be shy. Come on back again sometime.
Pudgy, we love having you here. You're
Very
great.
nice to meet you, Pudgy.
You gonna be on King Dolphin on Saturday, Pudgy?
Yes, Pudgy will see you on King Dolphin TV on Saturday show. Yay!
Okay.
Fantastic.
Bye.
Raise some,
Bye.
Yeah.
raise some
Take care,
cane.
Pudgy. Say hi to
Take care,
Cobalt.
Pudgy. Yes.
Okay.
Bye, Pudgy.
Bye-bye. And nice meeting you, Mr. Deathwolfen.
Nice to meet you too.
I love that hedgehog.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's
Have
great.
you read the stories?
Yeah.
Have you read any of the stories?
I can
They're really
understand.
cute. I really
Yeah, they
like
are.
the stories.
I can only understand a little bit of what he says because my
Yeah.
hearing's up.
Yeah.
And
It took
But
me
yeah.
a little while, but I understand him now. The first time that I was on with him, it was a little rough, but I
Yeah.
got used to it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well,
I now can understand.
I think Cobalt updated the modulator from the first time.
Ah, good. Good. I
But-
mean, I really hope they publish those stories.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're awesome. You know, and if you don't know what we're talking about, go to pudgyadventures.com. And there's a whole bunch of stories, beginning with
Pudgy's
the stories including
Adventures.
Doomcock. And they're just awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
they're funny,
wait a minute,
cute.
wait a minute. Back up, John.
Huh?
Did you say Pudgy and Doomcock?
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I got to see that.
Oh yeah, it's great because it's cute and adorable and scary and dramatic and weird all at the same time. It's just awesome.
Very imaginative. Very
Cobalt
imaginative.
covered every single base with those stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I got to confess, I'm a big Doomcock fan.
Mm-hmm.
I really like listening to what he's got.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff he comes up with, and people go, oh, he's too far out. And then a couple months later, you find out he's right on target.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
The thing is that he does all these things with Disney, and corporations move at a different time than mainstream media and everybody else. The things in corporations happen a lot slower.
Yep.
Whenever there's decisions to be made, you'll hear the rumor, but it could be 8 months before it actually hits.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, and he's in a very precarious job, which I don't envy him for. He can be right 80% of the time, 85% of the time, but everyone will fixate on that 15%. See, he's wrong. He's wrong. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, you're never 100% right in these things because, well, things can
Nobody
change.
is.
Or
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. But his batting record is far, far better than
Yeah.
he's given
Yeah.
credit for.
And as
He's
he
got
says,
connections.
well, as he says, he always presents everything as unverified rumor. Take it with
Yeah.
the big gold
Yes.
grain of salt.
Mhm.
So
To hang a guy for saying, hey, it ain't verified. Take it with a
Yeah.
grain of salt. And then they hang you for it.
yeah.
What morons.
Well, jealousy.
Yeah.
I was on a stream with someone, I won't say who, but they were kind of cutting him down, and well, he's just out getting super chats and all this, and it's like, no, there's levels of it way high above that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, he's very talented, and his Friday Night Frolics it's a variety show, which is why when
Yeah.
Jimmy and I got married, we had him do our wedding rehearsal
Yeah,
dinner,
pretty
and
cool.
we played it during our wedding rehearsal dinner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which
Okay,
reminds
yeah.
me, the secret project is
Mhm.
completed, and I'm working with Fet for Hire on the unveiling. And from what Fet told me the other night, we've got the okay to go on Pop Culture Breakdown to do the unveiling. I believe that's
Oh.
on October 9th.
Cool.
Okay.
But I still got to get in touch with Doomcock and, let him know I'm, actually living and breathing and all that.
Yeah.
But I got to send him an email tomorrow.
So what you're trying to say is you need to contact Doomcock to see this.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Close to on the button.
Yeah, last year around Halloween last year, my Jimmy and I were watching my nephews. They're teenagers. They'd never seen Young Frankenstein, and they sat down with us and watched it, and they just about went nuts. They thought it was the greatest show they'd ever seen. Whenever it first came on, it was black and white, and they were grumbling. And I told them when it was actually made, and so they sat down. And so after a while, they were just cracking up. They thought it was the greatest old movie they'd ever seen. I can't consider it an old movie, but I guess to teenagers it's an old movie.
Well, I guess, it's what, 74? Yeah, I guess it is now.
Class dismissed.
What happened?
Oh, I was going to say, I introduced that movie to my former wife.
Mm-hmm.
And so, plug it in at her place and start watching it. And about 5 minutes into the movie, she turns to me and goes, "Is this supposed to be in black and white?" I said, yeah, watch.
That was the smartest touch to that movie ever.
Yeah.
Now, 10 minutes into the movie, she turns to me and goes, "Is this supposed to be funny?" Yes. Now watch.
And Kenneth Mars in that was awesome.
What did you get from him?
Oh, yeah, Kenneth Mars was excellent in that as the inspector. The eye patch with the monocle over it.
Yeah. Feet stops.
My nephews noticed that. But my nephews thought that was only the monocle. Like, no, it's patch on his eye. That's the funny part.
Yep. And you're absolutely right. The fact that it was in black and white like that really was the icing on the cake. I mean, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked if it was color. It really wouldn't have.
No, not even a little bit. And of
There
course,
was
Marty
in there, all the way through.
Yeah.
Like Terry Garden and everything else. When they get him in the wagon, just you want to go for a roll, nay.
Yeah.
Roll. They get to my face, but looks at the door and he goes, "Big knockers." He says, "Yes, they are."
No. Oh, wow. What knockers? Scene. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That was my favorite scene. That and Marty Feldman singing "I Ain't Got No Body."
Yeah.
When they're searching the one room.
And to think that movie inspired that Aerosmith song, "Walk This Way."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they took it because of that scene. Walk this way. No, walk this way.
If I could walk that way, I wouldn't need the talcum powder.
And then the other one was when he comes back and he says, "Well, whose brain is this?"
Oh yeah,
Abby something.
Abby who? Abby Normal.
Yeah. Well, Gene Wilder's intensity in that movie, it just made it funnier.
Oh yeah.
The intensity he brought into the role.
Yeah.
Oh.
They needed Marty Feldman really bad in that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Cloris Leachman kind of balanced out his intensity.
Yes.
She was hamming it up all over the place.
Did you ever notice how Marty Feldman's hump switched from side to side?
Yeah.
And then it was gone?
Yeah.
What happened to your hump? What hump?
Classic Mel Brooks. That hump thing was Mel Brooks.
What hump?
Had Mel Brooks written all over it.
Yeah.
Oh. And did you all know that Marty Feldman was actually a comedy writer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he wrote with Sid Caesar.
Yes.
He was also in England too. He did the At Last 1948 show.
He also worked at the Monty Python guys
Yeah.
Yeah.
towards the end of his life. Yeah.
Trying to remember.
But
yeah, with them and with Spike Milligan.
Yeah, he was actually in his last movie that he made was Yellowbeard, and that was with the Monty Python and Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I,
he
I
actually
still
died.
haven't seen that.
Oh, you got to see it. It's over the top, no or politically incorrect.
Oh,
That's the way I like it.
It's a stupid film in the right way.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
You know,
And we
if
need
you
those.
ever look at the actors in those pictures, and you look at them closely, don't they look like they're having the time of their life?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, the producers, Blazing Saddles. I have to. I mean, everyone's told me, and I have to do this. I have to see the 12 Chairs.
Yes.
That was
excellent movie.
And, yeah, I need to sit down and watch it. I give myself a bad geek card for calling on that one.
I got to plead guilty on that. I haven't seen that one either.
It's good. It's really good. Well, that's the thing. Most of Mel Brooks' movies, the earlier ones, everything from Spaceballs and before, were really good. It seemed like everything after that was kind of slipping.
Yeah.
I
did like Robin Hood Men in Tights. I actually liked Men in Tights. It was just stupid.
I can watch it, but it's so dated with some of the jokes, and some of them just don't hit.
My favorite part is whenever all the guys are in their tights and they're actually singing the song and dancing. Men in Tights. That's my favorite part.
We're butch.
The line, we're butch.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Terry Ellis the one that said, "I'm the only one with an English accent"?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Unlike other Robin Hoods, I speak with an English accent.
Exactly. Yes.
He had just finished filming that movie whenever he was asked to do The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that line was a direct dig at Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Wazowski, he would love to know that.
Yeah.
The other thing about Kevin Costner's picture is, where the hell does the black man ever show up in any of the Robin Hood stories? Now, I'm not against black people at all showing up where they're supposed to be. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
One of the things I've posted this in a few groups where they talk about, the Tuskegee Airmen. There's the Tuskegee Airmen with a bunch of shit. You wanted a real story? Ask the black troops that were in the Pacific.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Baron knows about that when they brought that up at one time.
Yeah. And the guys on the Red Ball Express. Gutsy guys.
Well, crazy people out there.
But the guys in the Pacific, they went through absolute hell through the malaria and everything else. These guys were practically half dying when they engaged the Japanese and kicked the absolute out of them.
Wow.
And you want to make a movie about black people that were heroes, make it that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I would pay to see that one.
Oh, yeah. Me too. But, one thing I have to sit back and say, I think Spaceballs myself, I think that was actually the start of Mel Brooks going down. Because he sat back and said he could have made it a more intelligent, humored film like Young Frankenstein, but he didn't think the sci-fi geeks would get it. And it's like, then he realized that was a wrong assessment, that people who are in the fandom and all that are well-versed people in many things.
Yeah.
And
one thing,
a lot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump over you, Baron.
Oh, I'm just saying that. So I would like to have seen if he would have actually done a more, more mature, humorous film in there.
Two things in that picture that absolutely got me to no end.
Yeah.
Was one when they pulled into the truck stop or space stop.
Yeah.
You look at the parking lot.
Yeah.
What do you see in the parking lot?
A Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other one was inside when they had John Hurt in there.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Oh no, not again!"
Yeah.
What did he have?
Yep.
The
And the
special, I
little lady
think.
comes out and does a certain little frog.
Yeah.
Oh, the frog song. Yeah.
Michigan
And
J.
the
Frog.
frog off the thing. I was dying of laughter. I thought that was hysterical.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
one of
like
the great
Rick
scenes.
Moranis. I'm a big Rick Moranis fan, and that movie was just Rick Moranis is just so talented.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
It's
know.
a
He was
shame that
great.
he retired. I mean, I know
And
why he
so short.
retired because of his wife being sick
Yeah.
and all, but
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know, that was
Well,
just
He's coming back. He's doing the reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Is
oh,
he?
is he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's good to hear. Well, his kids are
Mhm.
grown now, so
Yeah.
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 Well, and I'm
And he
hoping,
knows.
I'm
Go on.
hoping he'll show up in Ghostbusters 4.
yeah. I
Is
was
there a
really wishing they could
Ghostbusters
have.
4?
Without the
Supposed to
lady.
be.
Hmm?
There's supposed to be a Ghostbusters 4. It's
Oh.
Ghostbusters Incorporated
Mm.
because Winston's bought the franchise.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
very
I
good.
really would have liked
Very
to
good.
see just a short cameo from him in the
Mm.
afterlife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have been nice.
When they turned Ghostbusters in with the women
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Burn.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
there's-
horrible.
It was awful.
There was no movie with women. That never happened.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Annie Potts. Annie Potts was in Ghostbusters, and so was Sigourney Weaver. There were women in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Just
Yeah,
not with
and
proton
Ghostbusters too.
packs on their back. No.
Yeah,
Well-
nothing happened in 2016. Nothing at all.
Nothing. Yeah, not at all. No.
Yeah. Here's another
Oh.
piece of trivia for you, completely unrelated, but sort of. If you go to Google Maps and you look up Parkland High School in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Parking
all about
lot. The parking lot looks is the same shape as the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess
And if you go over the
but stupid.
now I got another question to ask you. You're in Pennsylvania and you're
What's
on
that?
the east side of Pennsylvania, right?
yes, northeast.
Okay. I knew a fellow that came from Ohio,
Right.
from a town called Zanesville.
I've heard of it. I've never been there.
Anybody besides me know what Zanesville is famous for?
No. Oh, wait a minute. Zane Grey.
No.
No?
No, it's still there to this day. This is where somebody tells you, you go to the middle of the bridge and you take a right.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Y Bridge right in the middle of the town there.
Ah, okay. I have heard of that. I'll have to look into that.
It is absolutely totally insane. They have a Y Bridge over the river.
Oh, we do strange things in Pennsylvania.
Well, that's Ohio.
Yeah. Oh, Ohio is in?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I forgot to do
Ohio.
when You know what I forgot to do when Budgie was here? I forgot
What's
to do
that?
this. I messed up. I messed up.
You did.
We'll get him next time. I'm sure he'll be back.
I hope so.
Now, all we got is John over there. Excuse me. That way.
Yeah.
That's Wolf.
That way.
Yeah.
And all he's got is this expression on his face.
Mhm.
And he hasn't jumped in and pounded the hell out of any of us.
Well, that's because he's used to dealing with Gary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, everybody, we have someone else who's going to be joining us here, ladies and gentlemen. The man who I don't gets so much abuse, but we still love him anyways. It's Mike Pacific 414 himself.
Hey, Pacific.
Hey,
how you doing, Mike?
Doing well. Good evening, all.
Howdy.
All right.
Baron, thank you for coming on Pop Talk earlier, brother. I really appreciate it.
Oh, Oh, more than happy to. It's always fun being with you.
Oh,
Old man, same goes for you.
oh, hey, you have no idea how glad I am that you're over here. You'll lend some sanity to the rest of us.
Yeah, you take it over for Budgie Hedgehog.
Yep. Yeah, just missed Pudgy.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's your loss, not ours.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm saying I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I gotta find that. I gotta find a clip of Patrick Stewart doing "I'm so sorry." I can play that.
No.
No.
You know what you really have to do is get the one where Kirk is kicking a certain Klingon in the face, saying, "I'm sick and tired of you."
So John, are you trying to say that my idea is?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Would I say a thing like that?
Yes.
I don't know.
If anybody was looking.
I'm sarcastic. I've also seen that.
Yeah, a little bit of wildness going on over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little wildness going on over there, Mike.
Yeah. I'll talk to you about it after your show.
Oh, yeah. I'll talk to you definitely about that. Trust me, I know things too.
Does it involve hookers and beer?
No,
it doesn't involve hookers and beer, but
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go build my own theme park with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the park.
So you're half right.
Bender, my hero.
Was?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Hello?
Hmm? What was it?
When?
I don't know.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. I passed some gas.
I said, is it going to be anything about the Wizard of Oz?
No.
Shucks.
Nah.
They're going to completely ruin it. That's all I'll say about that.
You heard about that, huh, Das Wolfen?
They're doing a Wizard of Oz remake?
Yes. They're doing a woke Wizard of Oz remake.
Yes. Uber.
That's
I was doing a
inclusive.
search in that group, and they came up with Wizard of Oz, and I got to see this. Turned out to be a Wizard of Oz porno. You know what I got to say? It turned out a hell of a lot better than some of the other Wizard of Oz takeoffs that they did.
Yeah.
Now that's porno is better than them.
Jeez. Well, I know they did an X-rated Alice in Wonderland some years ago, and that was ridiculous.
I've seen it.
Well, I think what it's going to be called is going to be called the wokeness of Oz. Is going to be the name of this.
Yeah, no doubt. Instead of Munchkins, it's going to be all basketball players.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting, actually.
Peter Dinklage will probably throw a fit, and they'll replace it with CGI things.
Yeah,
they're going to have the Munchkins as, these tall basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that somebody's going to play Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, we got to remember if you have if your name is Dinklage, you have to build up the dink.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Ding, 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 ding. Remember that?
Yeah. Dink, dink, the dink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to take off. It's 10:30 here, and I need to head to bed.
All right.
Okay.
Nice meeting you, John.
Love you.
Nice to meet you guys too.
Thanks for coming over here. I'll see you on Saturday.
Yep, I'll be around on Saturday.
Okay.
Take care, man.
Take care, Das Wolfen. Take care, John.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
You know the one thing he never did? He said his name is Das Wolfen. And I asked him, sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Mm-hmm.
And he
No, I don't think he does. I don't know where he got that name from, but he's Das Wolfen.
That's a cool name,
Oh,
though.
who's this? Oh, no. Okay. Everybody prepared. Everybody ready. Here we go. Coming in from the final frontier, from a galaxy far, far away, on board the Millennium Enterprise. It's Captain
Hello.
Paul himself.
Oh,
How are y'all?
There's my
hey
Vic.
there.
Yeah, you're doing fine. How about yourself there, Captain Paul?
I am doing well.
Awesome.
We actually just finished another revisited episode of Star Trek: The Original Series with my brother, and specifically the episodes we was talking about was in this order: Alternative Factor, Tomorrow Is Yesterday, Return of the Archons, A Taste of Armageddon, and Space Seed.
Ooh.
Excellent. I
But
love Return of the Archons.
I got a gripe with you.
Oh?
Yes. I go in there and I see you and Mexican Iron Man. And on it says the movie is the full footage is going to continue, and you never posted it.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Mike helped me do commentary.
I
over
did
it.
commentary
Here, I'm
for
gonna
their lightsaber duel.
I'm gonna get the link
Baron
in the
was
chat
there
now.
too doing the commentary. Cash was the manager.
Yep.
I'm about to get the link to it now.
Is he still managing you, by the way?
Yes, well, begrudgingly so, we'll say.
You're
He
not paying him
admittedly
enough.
lost a lot of faith in me when I lost in the way that I did, that was a cheap shot. I don't care what anyone says.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one thing you have to understand when it's sword fight, forget the rules.
Mm-hmm.
I guess not.
Yeah.
Now, the Baron and I both know because we've done live steel combat.
Mm-hmm.
And we fought against each other. Now, what's really bad is in one fight the Baron and I did together. He stuck his sword in my shield. I twisted, I pulled the sword out of his hand. I shook the shield. His sword ended up behind me.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh.
What does he do? He pulls out a scramasax.
Of course.
What a who?
Going, ha, 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 ha. And he killed me.
Scramasax. It's a one-edged knife, and they come to various lengths, and you can have one that's like the long sax, and that's what I had was the long sax.
Yeah, he had one
kind of like a bayonet.
Kinda, yeah. Think of like a medieval Bowie knife.
Ah,
gotcha.
Okie dokie. Very good.
I can't believe it. He came after me with this overgrown knife after I took his sword away. And he ends up killing me, dang it.
Well, that's to show exactly why you have them. You have your backup. We're showing people why you have the backup for.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. Oh,
Fight
and
to
Paul.
the death is a fight to the death. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
Well, we've told for years about people sticking their sword into a shield. And if you're quick, you can twist, yank it right out of their hands and throw it away.
Yep.
And they're unarmed. And I did it. It's classic. Right out of the ultimate of sword fighting.
Yeah.
It didn't do me any damn good.
You'll get him next time.
Yeah.
Well,
everything was legal. Everything was legal.
I'm unfortunately retired from live combat steel for 2 years now.
Yeah.
But
I've been out for a little while too.
I'm 75 years old. At 73, 72 years old, I'm fighting guys that are in their 20s and 30s. And I'm kicking their ass.
Well, thank God I never challenged you.
Yeah. 70. You're 75?
Yeah.
You don't look a day over 80.
High five, Fez. That's a good one.
Oops, that one. That one. That one.
No,
there we go.
There's no accounting for a lot of things in life.
Mm-hmm.
And even at my age, I still have all the knowledge of how to do it.
Mm.
Paul, I'd be glad to teach you how.
I would
And
be greatly appreciative of that.
And I want to welcome Padawannabe.
Hey there.
Oh,
the mighty Padawannabe.
Hello,
is
Padawannabe.
here in the house.
Padawannabe, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
Yep. Paul, are you on Facebook at all?
Yes, I am.
Okay, is it?
And Lenrod.
Hey, Lenrod.
Ooh, Lenrod. Hey there.
Hello.
Hey, Lenrod.
Hello.
Oh, you're at work?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for stopping in anyway. And don't get caught.
Always good to have Lenrod around.
Yep.
Yeah, Paul, if I can find you on Facebook, I got something I want to send you a picture of.
Yeah, here, I'll send a link to my account in the private chat.
Okay.
What happened?
I just read somebody called Cobalt Bald Eagle.
Oh.
Oh, Cobalt's there. Hey.
Yes, he is.
That's funny.
Pudgy's buddy.
We lost Wendy.
Uh-oh.
No.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep an eye out and see if she comes back. Oh, there she is. Welcome back, Wendy.
Welcome back.
Hit the leave button.
Ah.
Sean thought it was time to go.
She had enough of it, but decided to come back for more abuse. And the party's just beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got our two string aficionados here with John and Captain Paul.
Mm-hmm.
There's two there.
And Cobalt's here to protect me.
Yep, Cobalt. Yeah.
So, Baron, I don't know if I ever showed you this. Have I ever shown you these two things before?
I can't see him.
Take a peek.
Do a close up.
Let me get them bigger here.
Yeah, I'll show them one at a time. So, some different Star Trek print stuff that I found in a vintage store in about 2 hours from where I live a couple months ago. One was this novel called Mud in Your Eye. Brandon got a great kick out of this the other. The back of it reads, after millennia of warfare, the planets Praster and Distrol may have finally achieved a lasting peace. Investigating on behalf of the Federation, Captain Kirk is shocked to find out that the architect of the peace is none other than that notorious con artist, Harcourt Fenton Mudd. Mudd claims to be a changed man, but Kirk has his doubts. He knows that Mudd has to be running some sort of scam, but what is he up to? Kirk must find out soon before the peace gives way to unending war.
Oh, I have never seen that one. Ooh, I gotta hunt that one down.
And then the other thing that I picked up was this Next Generation comic. Take a close look and close look and figure out why I picked it up.
Because of Troy.
Yeah, but no, for real though, this comic. This comic, believe it or not, actually, and Brandon was there with me, features pretty heavily Spock and McCoy. Like here's what the first page looks like.
Oh wow!
Wow,
this one looks familiar. This does look familiar.
Hi, Brandon.
And I just want to say hi to Brandon, the anime guy.
Hello.
And he's looks like Lenrod's covered in hot boiling oil. That's what he gets for going up against castles.
Yep.
Gee, Warlocker, covered in oil.
Yeah.
That's kind of an accurate version, ain't it?
I have to check my comic collection and see if I got that copy. That looks familiar somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how to document what series it is and what I know there's a number 2 right here, so maybe that's important. But it's called the Modala.
The Modala. Yeah, it was like a mini series that DC did. They did occasionally do that where they have like a 4-issue arc mini series, and of stories and all that. So it's whether or not I got that one or not, or if I have it or it didn't go the other direction. My former wife.
I've always been a fan of Mudd. Harcourt Fenton Mudd at the end of one word.
He just opened his Facebook messages.
Can I share my screen, or should I keep?
Oh,
it
yeah,
No, this is a secret. This is
Okay.
secret.
Oh, okay.
It's a secret project for a friend of ours.
But I just gotta say, that is drop dead gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I am bouncing like Pudgy on sugar in a trampoline factory right now about that.
Do you hear that, Cobalt? Okay. Well,
the one with Mudd, the first one, I found hysterical. Mudd's Women, the second one, and unfortunately the last.
No. Mudd's Women was the first one.
Mudd was second.
Oh. Well, Mudd's Women, where it ended up with these miners and what have you.
Right.
With these gorgeous women and everything else. At first, I didn't know what to think about it. But believe me, by the time it got to the end, it really impacted me. How many beautiful women you see that's all they are. And the women that came down at the end, the real women that somebody would really want to have for the life.
Yeah.
And that just blew my mind. But you got to remember, I didn't see this stuff in sequence.
Of course.
Take care then, Rod.
Bye, Lenrod.
Bye, Lenrod. We love you.
See you later, bud.
Have a good night, Lenrod.
And, I saw the first one was with Mudd, and his what have you. I never laughed so damn hard in my life at the end.
Who didn't?
See you, Lenrod.
Mudd. And how many of them are?
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
500.
You and Wendy both hit the wrong button.
No, Cheyenne hit mine.
Oh, Cheyenne hit yours. Okay. She had enough. Get rid of those guys.
She bumped it with her nose, tipping the screen.
Yeah, Dolly's upstairs, so I can't blame the
well,
cat.
you could. We don't know that she's upstairs. See? Well,
Right.
you blew it too late. You blew it too late.
One other thing I'll say about Harcourt Fenton Mudd. Carmel.
Yeah, Roger C. Carmel, great actor.
He committed himself to committing suicide.
Yeah.
I'm going, how in the hell can you deprive the rest of us of a total genius like you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I knew he had passed away, but I didn't know it was from that.
Yeah, he was really big into drugs and stuff, so he had some rough patches there. Same thing with the guy. Same thing with the guy who played the Tribble with the Tribbles on Tribbles that was selling them. He committed suicide too.
No kidding.
Same also with that. I forget what the Next Generation episode is, but you know that guy that kidnaps Data for his collection, and Data has to bust himself out and may or may not have shot the guy.
Yeah.
That actor was not the original guy that they had for it. They had someone else, but unfortunately, he also committed the act.
Punched his own ticket. Sad.
It is.
Something I can't understand. I mean, there's to commit suicide, from everything I've ever learned about it, you need more than one reason. Not just one, more than one. And if you upset one of those reasons why they want to commit suicide, they won't do it. They need all of them together. You destroy one of them, and bingo. And I myself personally hate myself for something.
Yeah.
I had a neighbor that was kind of kitty corner from us. He was a wonderful. And he was troubled, and I knew it. And I was driving off to something that really didn't matter whether I was there or not.
Yeah.
And I saw him sitting outside with this expression on his face.
Yeah.
I could have known better.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving. When I came home, I found out he'd gone into the basement and he had a 12-gauge shotgun shell.
Mm.
And I hold myself personally responsible for his death.
Well, if he hadn't done it then, he'd have done it later.
No,
and that's
the apple cart. Apple carts. You know, by knowing what I knew, I could have said, hey, there's nothing this kid could have ever lived through that I hadn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was Southeast Asia, folks.
That is true.
Most of you can't imagine.
I wouldn't want to.
Anybody's nose. It's my own health.
Yeah.
Mine and mine alone.
Yeah.
And what I get mad at is these guys go, but I was suck it up, asshole.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
And I mean, as a firefighter, and you know, having been a medical first responder, which is in Pennsylvania, one take down from EMT, the thing we hated most was the suicides, because we could have stayed home and been enjoying time with our families or whatever, and we had to come out because some guy blew his head off or jumped off a bridge or ran in front of a car or overdosed.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, you dummy. You have your whole life sitting out in front of you and you can't see it. And you're, you know, disrupting our lives for this, you know. And I mean, there's not just one or two people involved. You've got everybody from dispatch to police to the coroner and the ambulance crews, ALS crews. Even in some cases, they had to fly in the Guthrie helicopters. I mean, it's a big thing. And
yeah, there's a lot of people that get attached to something like that. And if they're not dead whenever you get to them, that hospital, you know, all the blood and everything else that we have to give them.
Yeah. And then, you know, there's so much help out there for people who are in that kind of a mood. They know it's out there, but they don't reach for it. You know, so it's on them.
There. Thank you, Cobalt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's always a better option than doing that. There's always a better option. I mean,
I've
seen some failed suicides in trauma, and I mean, one was a teenager. One was a teenager whose girlfriend broke up with him, and he put a gun under his jaw and shot straight up. And it didn't kill him. It didn't kill him, but it blew all of his facial bones, were completely blown out of proportion. Completely ruined his face. It took 6 hours to put his face back together with plates and screws. You know? Yeah,
and what kind of a life is he going to have after that?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
That's just one of
that's
many
one of
that
those.
we dealt with.
Well, that's the thing. That's the kind that ends up with you're getting a stoma into the stomach, because otherwise you ain't going to eat no more.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
When I was deputy sheriff, I had to read these FBI reports and everything else that came through. And they actually made me sit there and read this 10 tons of crap.
Mm-hmm.
One story that I read that stuck in my head was a guy that was despondent. He picked up his .22 Ruger to his head and pulled the trigger. Nothing happened. So he pulled it again. He kept pulling because nothing happened. He then went to reload the magazine. The headache that he got, he drove to the hospital.
Yeah.
He told them what he did. They ran a machine. They found 922 rounds that had gone in and turned and ran
Yeah.
around the top of the skull.
I've seen that
Jeez.
with 22s.
What?
Yeah. I've
Mhm.
Yeah.
seen that with 22s. The 22 will go through the temple, but if you put it above the ear, it ain't gonna go through your skull. It ain't
Yep.
gonna go through. It'll just bounce around under your scalp.
Oh my goodness.
And
Yeah.
of course, needless to say, after they got done taking care of him, he ended up in the psych ward.
Yeah.
In Vietnam, I saw a few people decided to commit suicide.
hmm
The guys that did, they were all on drugs.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pain out there, and everybody's pain is unique to themselves.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will get upset when you say, I understand. Well, I understand that you have pain. I don't know your exact pain, but I've been down similar roads, and understanding that someone's in pain is, the first step in trying to help them out, not trying to assume that you know exactly what's going on, but it opens the door for it.
Yeah. I'm thankful that I have never had to deal with a for sure case like this, and I do genuinely hope I never do.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of suicide in general, my dad put it the best, that it's a permanent solution to only a temporary problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's always options. There's always options. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. One of my
hurt
favorite
now.
One of my favorite Christian comedians, Mark Lowry, would always say that his favorite phrase in the Bible was, "And it came to pass."
Yeah.
Things pass. Good
Yeah.
things pass and bad things pass.
Yeah.
You know,
This too shall pass.
there was a comedian, and I'll just tell his line.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a national joke that went all over because it
Mm-hmm.
was on national television. And he sat back and he said, "Suicide is telling God, you can't fire me, I quit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people just need to. There's
Which
always
is an
somebody to
unwise
reach
thing
out
to
to.
do.
There's
Oh,
always
yeah.
somebody to reach out to. Even if it's a stranger on a phone number, call
Yeah,
the
because
number.
the way I've always looked at it is, suicide is like taking a taxi to the end of the Boston Marathon. You may get there. We're all going to get there, but you don't get the prize.
No.
Okay, I haven't said this to a whole lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dead 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes, flatline.
Oh my goodness.
And they revived me.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
But not from what you think.
Mm-hmm.
It was from something I'm allergic to.
Oh, dear.
They gave it to me in the doctor's office. I went flatline on him.
Wow.
He revived me with something brand new at the time. Absolutely, totally brand new. It's called CPR.
Ah.
Wow.
Yeah, some guy in Texas invented it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I ended up getting transported to the hospital. On the way, I died again.
Mm-hmm.
They revived me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the hospital. I went flatline on them again. They revived them. But
Yeah.
I could see the tunnel. I saw the light.
Mm-hmm.
It kept coming at me.
Yeah.
I saw all the people in there going, "Come on in. Come on in. Come on in."
Yeah.
I didn't. I was pissed at them because I didn't get a chance to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what came out afterwards?
I've heard patients say that before after we've resuscitated them.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
You know what I thought about it afterwards?
Was it?
Okay. I'm seeing this welcoming tunnel, welcoming me in.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's welcoming me in.
Mm-hmm.
The angels, heaven,
Yeah.
or the angels of hell?
Yeah. And see, with my luck, if that had happened to me and there'd been a light, I'm in Pennsylvania. A deer would have run in front of it.
Yeah.
You want to tell me about it?
Yeah, just ask my aunt. she hits them all the time.
Oh shit! His aunt is the world's greatest deer killer.
Really?
She's whacked up more deer with the front end of her car than you can imagine. She even got a double one time.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I have
How does
five.
that work?
I have 5 confirmed kills and 3 probables, and I wanted to get those little stickers like they put on the fighter planes.
And then meanwhile, for me, it wasn't a deer; it was a skunk.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's almost worse.
Oh man.
Paul, I got to tell you this one. I'm driving down the road, and I'm moving at a pretty good space. A friend of mine is driving behind me. I hit a skunk.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. He did.
What?
Yeah, when the skunk sprayed, I was going so fast I was gone. He drove over it and he got the spray.
I did that to my cousin in North Dakota.
So, like I said, that skunk. That's the only thing that I've hit when I was behind the wheel. I've been in the car though, hitting a deer.
Yeah.
So the story this actually happened this year. I was coming home from. We were coming home from actually seeing Michael graduate from basic training, and we were 15 minutes from home. Funny enough, right at the stoplight across from where I work.
Yeah.
Oh.
And further context is we were in the truck that my dad had at the time, which he had just, well, he was close to paying it off, but he was in a pretty comfortable spot where he could trade up with that truck for the next one and had already made the deal with the dealership to get the truck he wanted. He just had to wait to get it in, and then he was going to take that truck and get it traded in. We get to that intersection across from where I work, and all I see is deer coming right up on our left side. And before I can even finish saying, "Dad, deer," crunch.
Yeah.
The whole side of the truck is caved in.
I've had 2 experiences in my life with deer.
Yeah.
One, I was driving with the wife. We were going over towards the shopping center near us.
Yeah.
And we're going along the road, stopped dead in front of us, caught in the headlights.
Yeah.
She's screaming at me over and over and over again. There's a deer, I know. I kept driving straight at the deer. At the last second, I went behind him.
Yeah.
Oh.
He turned around, ran into the side of the car, bounced off, and ran away.
Wow.
Wow.
And it's because I know he's going to turn and come back to the headlights that ain't there. Behind him, not in front of him. Don't try to stop.
Yeah.
Stop and go behind him. Well, the other one was I'm driving in South Dakota on my way to California with a friend.
Yeah.
Guess what
Cash
happened?
money.
Hey, Cash.
Oh,
Hey, Cash.
Wait, is this the genuine article or is this an imposter?
it's not the fake one. No, this is the
I
real
saw
one.
that. I saw Crit's thing that he made. That's funny.
Yes, it is.
Anyways, would you guys like to hear a story of a time I intentionally killed a deer?
Sure.
Oh,
All right, let me bring in the picture.
Deer Slayer.
So I just shared a picture here. There it is, and that's Dad with me.
oh.
So this was 2 years ago, coming up on
Oh,
2
wow.
years ago exactly.
Nice
As you
rack.
Yeah.
Thank you. He was a 9-pointer. And if you look at the date there, you can see that was Halloween, which, fun fact, is actually the day before my birthday, November 1st.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
All Saints, baby.
So we went hunting on this one patch of local land that we hunt. And funny enough, I actually had to work that very same day but I was working the later shift, so I had time to hunt to an extent in the morning. So I'm sitting in the tree stand, and I don't see. Well, I do see some deer and try and get a good sight on it with my muzzleloader, which is sitting there, but I couldn't. And so it gets to be about 9:15. I had to be at work at 10:30. So I'm thinking, okay, time to start getting down, get back to the truck, and think about getting home, getting a shower, and getting breakfast. And my tree stand, just for reference, was sitting in the woods in front of this road, which leads to a field. And at the far end of the field is also where Dad was sitting in his tree stand overlooking the field. So I get to the mouth of the road, and I see this huge buck, and he's just walking across, and then he stops perfectly for me. So I put my backpack down, get down to one knee, and take aim, and I pull the trigger, and next thing I know, he's running, and I get a text from my dad saying, "You've got him. He's gone down."
No.
So after letting him expire, we'll say, I go and recover him, and thus this picture was taken.
Neat.
Yep, and he's hanging on my wall today.
Cool.
Very cool.
For the death row, don't you?
That's a lot of sausage.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy part. That is only the second deer that I've ever shot. Both deer that I've ever shot were on the same piece of land with the same gun, almost the same field. I recovered them from the same field, but the first one was also shot in the same field too.
Wow.
Now, you said you hunted with a muzzle loader.
Yes.
What you had hanging there looked like a pretty modern rifle.
It is a muzzleloader.
Well, I'm an old schooler. Muzzleloader, I hunt with the traditional muzzleloading rifle.
So like the flintlock kind.
And catlock.
Oh, fun.
Like a Hawken.
Okay.
Which is my favorite. I got a 58 caliber Hawken.
Yeah.
And believe me, it will stop anything on the North American continent.
I believe it. The only thing that I know for sure, at least in our collection, that would do that is my dad's 338 Lapua.
I was hunting with a guy in we were actually up in northern Minnesota. And the guy I'm with, I was working with construction site. I got to know him pretty well. He used to be a deputy sheriff in Florida, up at the very northern part there, Jacksonville.
Yes.
Okay. He and I are there, and we both got muzzle loaders. He's got a really, really nice made custom 30 caliber. 30. I'm sporting a 50 caliber. We're sitting there in the field. This deer comes out. I go, "Hey, you saw him first. He's yours." He fired a round. It went down like a ton of bricks right there.
Wow.
We walk up to the deer. We look at it. We can't see where he hit him. We walked around to the back side of it, moved it. We waited until it did a death kick. I had to yank him back on that one. Say, "Don't do that. You're going to get broken legs."
Yeah.
Well, we went around the back side. We found the exit hole. We went, "Wait a minute. Where in the hell did the bullet hit him?" We went back, looked really closely. He shot him right up the left nostril.
Oh, my
Oh.
Oh, man. Wow.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
And you want to know something funny? The whole time you're describing that story, scenes from the movie Jeremiah Johnson are playing through my head, especially hearing you talking about 30 caliber and 50 caliber Hawken guns.
I know the whole story about Jeremiah Johnson. As a matter of fact, where I'm sitting here right now, I'm looking over at a picture of Jeremiah Johnson, the real Jeremiah.
Liver Eaton Johnson.
Yep. And good old Liver Eaton, and I know all about him. Believe me, I really do. I was really into muzzle loading and the history of the mountain men and everything else. And Liver Eaton Johnson, he had a one-man war with the Indian nation, the Crow.
Yeah.
He was eating livers was the one thing he knew to stay alive. For that, they had to send one Indian only. One only.
Yeah.
One-on-one combat with him.
Wow.
And he killed over 100 Crow Indian.
Wow.
I believe that.
He was a deputy sheriff at a town,
Mhm.
and he pound guys and drag them off. And the sheriff was madder than hell at him. Why didn't you arrest them? They're just wild. They needed to learn a lesson.
Mhm.
And he never arrested them. About him where there's a big review in this one town. Everybody had to go to it.
Mhm.
He was up and down the streets. He walked back to the side of it. He saw two kids in a rain barrel trying to look in a window.
Wow.
He walked up to them and they thought they were dead. This is Liver Eaton Johnson.
Yeah.
He grabbed them. I mean, this guy is big.
Mm-hmm.
Not a little man at all.
Yeah.
Robert Redford eating your heart out.
Yeah.
He stuffed him underneath his bear skin, his buffalo robe coat. And as the marshal walked right inside, nobody questioned him. He got inside, he opened up the coat, put the two kids down where they could see the show, and he walked out.
Wow.
He
That's
prided
something.
himself to no end that he had never killed a white man in his life. He killed one black man. One.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at a rendezvous campfire.
Mhm.
And the guys all came over to Liver Eaton and says, "We got this black guy over here. He's going nuts."
Mhm.
He walked over there and he looked at him and goes, "Now you got to understand the definition of the word."
Watch what you say.
I am. He said the word niggardly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
He went to pull a Bowie knife on him, and Liver Eaton Johnson threw a tomahawk right through his skull.
Jeez.
Oh.
And he said, "What's with him?" Well, the word niggardly is a Scandinavian word meaning miserly and selfish, what have you. It has nothing to do with racial or ethnic anything.
Yeah.
And it was used back then by the guys that would refer to that endlessly to my horse, to me, to whatever.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with racial. Not a word.
Wow.
But this guy took it a long way.
Yeah.
I mean, dying for it. And
Understandable.
Yeah.
it's just, you came up against Liver Eaton Johnson and you were on the wrong end of the stick. Guess what? You're going to be hurting bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad things happen.
I believe it. And one cool thing that happened again back in 2020 over the summer, we took a trip pretty much to California and back. If I had known you, Cash, I would have visited you. But one of the major stops that we had was actually Yellowstone National Park. And I remember, I wish I had paid better attention and appreciated this more back then. But we actually, as we were riding through Yellowstone National Park, were listening to the audiobook about Liver Eaton Johnson. Because if I'm not mistaken, a lot of Yellowstone was used in the making of the Jeremiah Johnson movie.
It was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's like in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
That aren't named Star Wars.
a lot of the people that were involved in that movie,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I knew them personally.
Mhm.
Really?
Muzzleloaders, part of the muzzleloading mountain man fraternity.
Yeah.
And, find out all this stuff that these people are involved in stuff. Just like I know a guy real well that was involved in the North and South movie.
Of course.
Mhm.
When you're going to make a movie and you need a hell of a lot of extras, a lot of them, the period piece,
Yeah.
where are you going to get guys? You go to the historical reenactment groups.
Reenactors.
Worry
Oh,
about costuming, they've got their own.
Wow.
You don't have to worry about weapons, they've
Yep.
got their own.
I heard something similar to this when we were talking about Star Trek Continues way back last year in Tuesday Night Trek. There's this one episode where Kirk and McCoy, through some weird dream world shenanigans, actually end up in the Battle of Gettysburg. And a lot of the characters that are there, not named Kirk and McCoy, actually were Civil War reenactors that Vic Mignogna hired.
Oh, yeah. One of the people I know, he was from the Minnesota 1st Volunteer reenactment group. And you know him too, Frank.
Of course.
I know this.
He was there for that picture. He had a lot of things that he said about it, making it and all of that, and the actors involved, the directors and what have you. Some of the things he said was really good. Oh, you don't want to know the others.
God,
I believe it.
Well, I hate to be a party pooper here. We have gone on about 2 hours, 15 minutes. And
Already?
I think, I know. It's time fun when you're having flies. I know Wendy's getting tired, and she's got an early morning, so we have to make sure she gets her rest and all that. So I hate to say this, but I'm going to have to pull the plug for tonight. And I do thank all of you here. Old Man, of course, Pacific 414. John, the Fez Rendo, the Super Wrench also. Wendy, our trauma nurse. A trauma warrior, I said. Captain Paul. And Cash Money, the real one, not the imitation.
That's right.
There's an imitation?
Yes.
Yes. There is. Mm-hmm.
He's a sneaky little gremlin named Crit.
Yeah.
Gremlin.
I
like that. Yeah.
There we go. Now we got it.
Very good, Paul. Very good.
Paul's good at that. Well, I thank every one of you for being here, everyone who tuned in to listen and might be watching on the flip side with a replay. Thank you for joining us for Baron After Dark Open Mic Night number 7. Hard to believe this is number 7. 7 months we've been doing this. And I hope to see you all. Join next week. I'm going to have Salty Texas Tea on.
Yeah!
As my guest.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so he'll
Very
be on next
good.
week. So we'll be talking. Probably won't be a long show, but we'll be talking next week, 9 o'clock Central Time. So please join us next week for seeing Salty Texas Tea.
I'll be over on the comment side.
And with that. And again, thank you so much, and you all have a great night.
You too, man. Take care.